Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Acacia Courtney. We have 10 races coming up today. A little bit of rain early this morning, so let's head up for those track and weather conditions.
A ton of morning rain in South Florida sends us off the turf here this afternoon and renders the main track good to start the day. We have 10 races in total with a carryover in the Rainbow Six, and the first of the day, originally scheduled for turf, went on the main track at 7 furlongs. Scratch the 4, 7, 8, 10, and the 12. Heavily favored, number 6, Super Wish.
Racing at Gulfstream. Beautiful start for the favorite Super Wish, who's heading off for the early lead. Premonitory has speed. Down at the inside, JP's Pride wants forward position. Far outside and Freedom Matters. Off the speed early is the comebacker Venezuela, racing third last. Second last is Lundquist, and the early trailer is Molnier. They make their way down the backstretch, and with the advantage, it's Super Wish at 1-5 in front narrowly. Freedom Matters on the outside is now a joint second alongside Premonitory. These three across the track through an opening quarter in 23-1. Venezuela is 4 wide while fourth, and JP's Pride at the rail fifth. Out 3 wide is Lundquist trying to get underway for Johnny V, and Molnier is last of all as they round the far turn. Freedom Matters on the outside for a narrow lead. Super Wish right back at him from second. Venezuela is third. JP's Pride looks for racing room under Landeros from fourth. Back to fifth and Lundquist, then Molnier, and the trailer is Premonitory as they battle rages on up front. Quarter of a mile away on the outside and Freedom Matters toward the inside, and Super Wish shoulder to shoulder for 3/16 of a mile as they wheel off the turn through a 46 2/2 mile. Irad Ortiz Jr. goes to work on Super Wish, asks him for a kick, gets a kick, and now leads by a length and a half. Second is Freedom Matters toward the inside and JP's Pride, then Venezuela, who's destined for fourth. 16th to go. Super Wish is clear. It's Super Wish at 1-5 to kick off the card, a 2-length winner. Second, Freedom Matters. Third, JP's Pride, and fourth was Venezuela in 1:25-3.
Number 6, Super Wish, figured to have a chance if the race went on the turf, but when the race was transferred to the main track, he was almost a mortal cinch as he delivers on a 1-5 promise. As he was hammered at the windows, Irad Ortiz Jr. rode the son of Sveitstown for Mark Cassie and the Live Oak Plantation. Second, 3, JP's Pride. Third, number 11, Freedom Matters. To the second race now on the start of the early pick 4. 6 furlongs to the journey. Claimers in for $6,250. Heavily favored, number 5, Our Lucky Dice.
And they're off. Good start out wide for Sold Out Sugar, who goes looking for the early lead. Ojos Corazon sent between horses alongside Gucci Girl. Moving up toward the inside, that's Salsarita. They're followed by the big favorite, Our Lucky Dice, who's mid-flight and about 4.5 lengths off the pace setter. Long shot Division's Reel is next toward the rail. Ledecky is second last, and Ryomar is last of all as they make their way to the half-mile point. With the advantage, it's Salsarita, 3 parts of length. Ojos Corazon now up at second, up on the inside, and now racing third, Gucci Girl far outside and Sold Out Sugar. Looking for a rail run is Our Lucky Dice. The favorites in the green silks trying to pick a path is Irad Ortiz Jr. with 5/16 to go. Salsarita held together up front, leads the way with Gucci Girl issuing the bid 3 wide. Sold Out Sugar from fourth. Our Lucky Dice, she looks like she'll have to go 4 wide. She's angled out there by Irad Ortiz Jr. and she's on the attack. Ledecky follows along fifth, and they're at the top of the stretch with the advantage now. It's still Salsarita over the top. Our Lucky Dice, Ledecky into the clear for Zayas with an 1/8 of a mile to go, and they fan across the course here. Our Lucky Dice strides to a narrow lead. Ledecky motors on the outside. Ledecky tries to get Our Lucky Dice. Our Lucky Dice, Ledecky surging. Ledecky's got her. Ledecky ran down Our Lucky Dice. Third was Sold Out Sugar in 1:14-4.
Number 5, Our Lucky Dice, a bit fractious before the start of the second race. She was run down inside the final 16th of a mile by the daughter of U.S. Ranger, number 1, Ledecky. Gets back-to-back scores under a strong ride from Edgard Zayas for Kathleen O'Connell and owners Marianne Inman and Teresa Coaster. Second was the 5, the big favorite, Our Lucky Dice, couldn't hang on. And we'll be right back.
One of the world's most anticipated thoroughbred racing events of the year returns. The 3rd annual Pegasus World Cup Invitational at Gulfstream Park in South Florida. Drawing competition from around the world with a $16 million purse split between 2 Grade 1 races. On the dirt and on the turf. Experience the incredible fashion, spectacular world-class service and entertainment, the unrivaled adrenaline of the Pegasus World Cup Invitational. Saturday, January 26th at Gulfstream Park. Get your tickets now at PegasusWorldCup.com.
We're back now for the third race of the afternoon. 2-year-old maiden claimers of the filly variety in for a price tag of $50,000. They won 6 furlongs. Field of 7. Favorite was the 6, Miss Harry.
And they're off. Slow to start was Moon Eyes, last of all. Champagne Bliss begins well. Here's Miss Marcella moving out the rail. My Cotton Candy has some speed. In between that duo is Miss Harry, who's away racing a joint third. Gap of 3 to a recovering Moon Eyes outside of Socially Astray, and Miley's at the back. They make their way to the half-mile point, and Miss Marcella and Leonel Reyes kick clear past the half-mile. They lead now by a length. My Cotton Candy saves inside position. Up on the outside, Champagne Bliss is now second. Moon Eyes is 4 wide. Miss Harry is 3 wide, and they're trying to go after the top horse. 3 lengths clear of Socially Astray. Miley is still at the back with less than 3/8 to run. With the advantage, Miss Marcella challenges coming as Moon Eyes is up on the far outside. In between horses and Champagne Bliss, Miss Harry is still in the fight. So the 4 favorites line up across the course here with 3/16 to go. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Champagne Bliss up on the outside. Miss Marcella digging deep and finding a bit more down the center, and Miss Harry with Moon Eyes. Final 1/8 of a mile. Miss Harry tries to get to Champagne Bliss, who just took the lead. Champagne Bliss and Miss Harry. Miss Harry getting on track for Brian Hernandez Jr., and Miss Harry is in time. Champagne Bliss was second. Moon Eyes got third. Then Miss Marcella and My Cotton Candy.
Number 6, Miss Harry really hadn't shown much promise in her first couple of races, except they came against much better racehorses. The drop in class was just what the doctor ordered as the daughter of Flashback gets the victory, giving jockey Brian Hernandez Jr. his first Gulfstream success. Trainer Ken McPeak gets off the duck early in the meet for owner John Rovin. 7, Champagne Bliss gave it a good run, but had to settle for second. We move now to the 4th race of the afternoon, off the turf, main track at 1 1/16. A lot of scratches here. Scratch the 2, 3, 4, 7, and the 10. Off-time favorite was number 1, Not a Prada Price.
And they're off. From the rail, Not a Prada Price begins well. Sent between horses. Avita Capitana wants forward position. Far outside and Lucky Long. Away in 4th is Weekend Mischief. And the stretch running My Cousin Martha is last of all, as Not a Prada Price has to sit behind the speed of Avita Capitana. Avita Capitana works over to the inside, leads the way by a half a length. Lucky Long on a long rein from Batista second. Now Paco has his hands full of Not a Prada Price. She's in the 2 path, not wanting to commit to that position, however. Out wide on the course is Weekend Mischief. And the trailer is My Cousin Martha. 25-1 for a very slow opening quarter stanza as they head into the backstretch run. With the advantage of Vita Capitana tackled outside by Lucky Long, 3 wide in Weekend Mischief. Back to 4th is Not a Prada Price. She settled a bit better, and she's a length and a half off the lead. Looks like Paco wants to angle to the 3 path here, and 4 to the trailer, My Cousin Martha. To the first finish line they go through a 50-1/2 mile. Advantage to Lucky Long, now by a length. Avita Capitana starts to lose her pitch second. On the outside in Weekend Mischief. No place to go for Not a Prada Price. She's now into 3rd, and 4 to the trailer, My Cousin Martha. They round the far turn now. Batista got first run with Lucky Long, who leads the way a length and a half. Not a Prada Price on the attack now. Second, Weekend Mischief, a 3 wide third. The rest are out of it with 5/16 to run. Advantage to Lucky Long, tackled outside by Not a Prada Price. 3 wide in Weekend Mischief. My Cousin Martha finds her best ride and comes on next. And they're at the top of the stretch at 16-1. Lucky Long, the longest shot in the race, turns for home with the advantage. Weekend Mischief and Not a Prada Price trying to get after her. Final 1/8 of a mile. The advantage is still to Lucky Long. Weekend Mischief taking a late surge in between Not a Prada Price. Here's Weekend Mischief getting up to win it. Weekend Mischief under Jeffrey Sanchez gets the job done from Not a Prada Price second, then Lucky Long and My Cousin Martha.
Favorites run 1-2 in today's 4th race, but it was hard work as number 8, Weekend Mischief, under a sustained and long drive from Jeffrey Sanchez, gets up for the victory for trainer Stanley Gold and the Arundel Farm. 1, Not a Prada Price fired, but was second best ahead of the 9, Lucky Long. She ran well at a big price and had to settle for 3rd. To the 5th race now on the start of the Rainbow 6. Maiden claimers in for $12,500. They go 6 furlongs. A field of 9 signed on. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Check to last was Buenamosa. Good start toward the inside for Cajun Riviera, who begins for the top. Shrew Grit moves between horses, out 3 wide in Southern Toddy. Olivia's Dream comes away racing in 4th, then Get Back Home and Buenamosa. Down at the inside, JP's Rose is 3rd last, Horizon is 2nd last, and the early trailer is All About Hay. Separated by 7 lengths in the run past the half-mile point, and Buenamosa, after a step-slow beginning, has now made her way to the front. Racing up on the outside of her is Shrew Grit, 2nd, Southern Toddy a 3 wide 3rd. Olivia's Dream 4 wide, but on the attack, 3 better than Cajun Riviera. Then Get Back Home and Horizon. Underway from the back is All About Hay, and now the trailer is JP's Rose with less than 5/16 to go, and Olivia's Dream makes a rush to the front. Quarter of a mile left to go. Olivia's Dream blows this wide open and strides to a 4-length lead. Shrew Grit and All In 2nd, back to 3rd and Southern Toddy from the back and All About Hay. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Olivia's Dream by 4 and still moving away. Shrew Grit is 2nd, down the center and All About Hay, a late run inside from JP's Rose, but they're battling for minor awards, it appears, as it's Olivia's Dream and Andre Ramgeet clear to the wire. Olivia's Dream to kick off the Rainbow Six with a 3-length score. All About Hay was 2nd, close for 3rd. Shrew Grit hangs on over JP's Rose, then Southern Toddy in 1:16 flat.
Number 7, Olivia's Dream, had been taking money at the windows and not delivering. Today, she drifts up a touch from what she had been going off, and she delivers here today under jockey Andre Ramgeet, who won the race on the far turn with a big move from this daughter of Super Saver, Traver Aubrey Mirage, and owner Joseph Bucci. 5, All About Hay, completes a Mirage Exactas. Alan Mirage and Tony Mirage chased home Olivia's Dream. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, the late pick 5. Don't go away.
And Go Zipper is pulling away. Go Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Go Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
We're back now for race number 6 on the program, start of the late pick 5. This race at 1 mile over the main track. Veteran campaigners in for $6,250. Scratch the 11 and 16. The 15 drew in. Favorite was 4, Dizzy Gillespie.
And they're off. Off last was Starship Rocky. Off first was Powerline from an inside gate with nephew Howard D moving to challenge. On the far outside, Strong Compositions trying to get over with Abbott working between horses. The favorite Dizzy Gillespie is out of there in 5th, followed by San Filippo. Then comes Charlie the Greek. Out wide on the course, Midnight on Broadway. Whiskey Shiner improves to his inside. Crazy C splits horses. Then Regal Force, and out the back is Back Together again. Down the backstretch they go, and with the advantage, it's Powerline in front by a half a length. Strong Composition gets a crack on the shoulder to keep up, and they went quick to the quarter of 23 and 1. 3rd is Abbott, 4th outside, and the favorite Dizzy Gillespie on a long rein from Saez, starting to make up a bit of ground in the yellow colors. Driven next is nephew Howard D. San Filippo gets started out wide, then back to Whiskey Shiner from between horses. Crazy Frank C. Up on the far outside, that's Charlie the Greek. A gap of another 5 to the foursome at the back. They are back together again. Midnight on Broadway, as well as Starship Rocky and Regal Force. They round the far turn. They went 45 and 4 for an opening half mile. Dizzy Gillespie has kicked it into another gear and strides to a clear lead. San Filippo was an all-in 2nd. On the outside, Charlie the Greek 3rd. Looking for somebody from the back, trying to make ground is Crazy Frank C and Whiskey Shiner, and they're at the top of the stretch. 3/4, 112 flat. Dizzy Gillespie now asked to finish the job by Luis Saez, and he leads by 4. San Filippo can only watch and wonder. On the outside, and Charlie the Greek, Whiskey Shiner is on late for a slice, but nobody's getting to Dizzy Gillespie. Dizzy Gillespie responds to the class drop with a 4-length win. 2nd, Charlie the Greek. 3rd, Whiskey Shiner. Then San Filippo and Crazy Frank C in 139 and 3.
Even though it was a full 14-horse field in today's 6th race, you had the feeling that number 4, Dizzy Gillespie, was primed for a big performance on the major class drop. The Son of Greatness delivers under a good ride from Luis Saez for trainer Leon Minot and owner Dennis Smith. Form for result of the race is the 12, Charlie the Greek, came out of the pack to get up for 2nd. To the 7th race now on the start of the late pick 4, off the turf, main track at 7 furlongs. Claimers in for $16,000. Scratch the 4, 8, 10, 11, and 12. The off-time favorites included the 2 Sinatra and the 3 Piloting.
And they're off. Last in, first out, Fast Eddie E gets the first call. Moving out the rail, that's Sambuca Steve up to challenge, and Sambuca Steve will land in front. Fast Eddie E is away racing in second. At the ready is out of there third, followed fourth by Piloting, then Sinatra. Burning Wild is second last, and Salt Mine is last of all, separated by 9 lengths in the run to the half-mile point. Jose Bautista and Sambuca Steve have kicked to a 3-length lead. Piloting is now into second. Back to third, Fast Eddie E. At the ready is following along fourth, 2 clear of Sinatra fifth. Sixth on the outside is Burning Wild. Seventh and last is Salt Mine as they swing to the far turn. With every stride he takes, the veteran Piloting makes ground on Sambuca Steve, and Piloting's now only a half length behind. Racing in third, Fast Eddie E toward the inside Sinatra. Outside and at the ready, 5 in front of Salt Mine. Burning Wild is last. With less than 5/16 to go, Sambuca Steve is on the ropes as Piloting has taken over the lead. Quarter of a mile left to go. Piloting not asked for his best yet, and he has the lead 3/4 of a length. Driven second, Sambuca Steve. From the back, Sinatra. In the inside and coming on a little bit is Fast Eddie E down the center and at the ready. 1/8 of a mile to go. Piloting clear by 2.5. Up into second is Sinatra, then Sambuca Steve. Salt Mine getting on track outside of at the ready. To the finish, it's Piloting. Jesus Rios is an easy winner in the end under Piloting with a 4-length margin to spare over Sinatra second, then Salt Mine at the ready, and Sambuca Steve.
Number 3 Piloting, somewhat of a gift at 5-2, by far and away the most accomplished horse on the main track, and he gets the victory for the new barn of Alexis Cordero Lopez and owner Edwin Mundo. Jesus Rios on board for the winning ride. Number 2 Sinatra ran well today but had to settle for second. To the 8th race now, maidens of the special weight variety. These are 2-year-olds. 6 furlongs the journey. Scratch number 3, Own It If You Want It. A field of 7 favorites were number 2, Sea Shark, and number 5, Tapizar's Secret.
And they're off. Good start for Mr. Edgar from the outside gate. He fires to the top from between horses. Admiral Lynch is out of there with speed. Sea Shark is down toward the rail and now third. From fourth in Greater Cairo, then back to Tapizar's Secret. At the inside and Kill a D. The early trailer is Final Jeopardy. They make their way to the half-mile point. The speed of the speed is Admiral Lynch and Harabillo. They lead by 1.25 lengths. Sea Shark at the inside now second. From the outside, Mr. Edgar third. Splitting horses is Greater Cairo fourth. Back to fifth and looking for a rail run is Kill a D. Then it's a gap of 2.5 to Tapizar's Secret. The favorites drop better than 7 lengths off the lead as Sea Shark has called it an afternoon, and Final Jeopardy's been last of all as they run to the top of the stretch. The 3 favorites in a world of hurt. Final Jeopardy the only one with any rally right now, and the leader is now Greater Cairo. Greater Cairo and Edgard Zayas cut the corner at 24-1 and take the lead by 1.25 lengths. Final Jeopardy really rolling down the stand side. Here's Final Jeopardy under Irad Ortiz Jr. The scores can really change, and he changed them in 1/8 of a mile. Final Jeopardy winning and winning with style. He won by 3.5 in the end. Admiral Lynch second, third Greater Cairo, then Mr. Edgar and Killedy.
If you were on any of the favorites in today's 8th race, unfortunately you just never picked up your feet with either one of them as Sea Shark retreated and Tapizar's Secret was never involved. It was the third choice in the race that turned a few heads, however, as number 6, Final Jeopardy, swings wide for the drive, finishing up full of run and mowing down the top horses under a great ride from Irad Ortiz Jr. for trainer Jason Service and owners Gary and Mary West. An impressive run from this son of Street Sense. Back now for race number 9 on the program. Off the turf on the main track at 7 furlongs. $16,000 claimers went postward here. Scratched the 1, 8, and 10. A field of 8. The off-time favorites included the 6, Majestic Mayara, and 11, Run Blondie, Run.
4Ks away with speed. Nothing's Free gets a good start from the railgate. Up on the outside and Run Blondie, Run, and chirped along early is Special Consideration. At the back door early are Majestic Mayara, So Fresh, and Oscura. Down the backstretch they go, loose up front and working into the three path is Nothing's Free, and Nick Juarez to lead a length and a half. Up the inside, it's 4Ks from second, Run Blondie Run is third. Oscar is now fourth at the inside, and So Fresh from fifth. Back to sixth, Majestic Mayara, and dropping to last is Special Consideration. 23 seconds for the initial quarter speed as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. With the advantage, it's Nothing's Free by 3 parts of a length. 4Ks coming up the inside lane and is now second. Run Blondie Run is asked to quicken from third. Oscar is a driven fourth. Majestic Mayara fifth. So Fresh asked to pick it up, not doing it yet. At the back is Special Consideration, and up front it's Nothing's Free. Nothing's Free is in front, but here's Hernandez on 4Ks, who has secured the inside lane and is up to take over. 4Ks now at the top of the stretch, cuts the corner and opens up. Nothing's Free can do nothing about it. One pace third is Run Blondie Run. The rest are far back with an eighth to go. 4Ks given the wake-up call by Hernandez, but still well clear. Run Blondie Run on the outside is up into second. Back to third, Nothing's Free. It's 4Ks in front. Run Blondie Run second, Nothing's Free third. Majestic Mayara finish fourth. And runners away. Russian Wine begins well, sent hard at the rail. Calling a winner, wants to save his inside spot. Going to send wide to that first turn. Tropical Cognac, also involved in the early pace, is Rulership and the charge around the first turn. Russian Wine comes away with the lead by a length now. On the outside and Rulership from second. Down at the inside, Calling a winner third. Tropical Cognac fourth. Appreciado now races from fifth. Outside in sixth is Cause for Pardon. The two at the back are Bagwell and Mont Chevalier. Separated by about 8 in the run to the backstretch, and the leader is Russian Wine at 50-1 in front, 3 parts of a length. Rulership second, Tropical Cognac third. Calling a winner parked at the paint, racing in fourth ahead of Appreciado in fifth. It's a length and a half back to Cause for Pardon, who's now sixth. Seventh and outside is Mont Chevalier. Bagwell eighth and last as the run to the half-mile pole continues. With the advantage, it's Russian Wine by almost 2. Second, Rulership. Third, Tropical Cognac. Calling a winner starts to move up a touch, up into third now. Up on the outside, Appreciado given the green light to go out and attack. He'll have to go 3 wide, but he's on the move now. Down at the inside and Cause for Pardon. The other two have tailed off, Bagwell and Mont Chevalier. Around the far turn they go. Appreciado let go 3 wide by Alvarado Jr. and strides to a narrow lead. Rulership tries to stay with him second. Russian Wine is trying to stay with them third. Gap of 4 to Cause for Pardon, then Calling a winner as they race to the first finish line. Russian Wine has battled back gamely inside of Appreciado, who has the lead. Appreciado wheels off the turn, a length and a half in front. Russian Wine cuts the corner and tries to stay on second. Rulership is third, then Calling a winner. Final eighth of a mile, Appreciado by a length and a half. Russian Wine running a super race at a big price, but second best he is to Appreciado, who wins by 4 in the end. Russian Wine was second, Rulership was third, finishing fourth was Calling a winner.
That's it for today. We're dark for live racing on Monday and Tuesday, but we'll see you back here on Wednesday. First post, 12:35 p.m., and we can't wait to kick off another week of world-class racing at Gulfstream Park.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.